The ability to create custom swatches is invaluable, especially if you're working on a licensed character. For example, you're working on a superhero character from Marvel Comics or Walt Disney or something like that. And they've assigned you to work on this project, and they have specific colors as far as RGB values for the skin, the uniform, the weapons, the vehicles, and that kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is show you how to create custom swatches and how you can save them. In this case, I have this artwork that I created in 3D, and I colored it in 3D as well, but let's say that I have someone working on some artwork in 2D in Photoshop, and I want them to emulate the colors in this piece of artwork. What I can do is, with my eyedropper tool, select portions of the image. For example, I can grab the tan of this house. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit too. And then I can click on the tan, and when I take my swatches and put my mouse, let me go ahead and just expand this a little bit, in any blank area. And by the way, you can do this with absolutely any tool you have selected. As you see, I have the eyedropper tool selected, and once I put my mouse in this region, I get a paint bucket tool. If I have the marquee tool, paint bucket tool. No matter what you use, you're going to get the same tool, so that's really handy. I can click one time, and then the color swatch name dialog appears, and I can call it House Tan, or whatever I like to. That color appears right here. What I can do as well is choose another color. So I go ahead and click on the roof, and I can choose the menu if I want to as well. I can go to New Swatch, and I can call it House Roof Blue Light. And you can be as specific as you want to. Click that one, and I can keep going. I can go ahead and grab the grass. Do the same thing. I'll click on the area here. Now grab the grass dark. As you see, it's really easy to do this. So you can also click this button here, and that automatically adds it there. But you don't get to really add the name. It just kind of puts the swatch there. You have to name that manually. So that's the quick way of doing it. So I can grab, for example, this blue sky, click here, and that color goes there. But once again, you're missing out on that naming. So you might want to actually name the colors. Now, where are the colors? They're going to be at the bottom of our list. So if we go to look at the small list or a large list, you'll see that our colors are all the way down here on the bottom. And that is the color that you have just created. How cool is that? Now, by the way, if you don't want a color and you really want to clean this palette out and you want to start from scratch just using your own custom colors, you can drag some colors that you don't want right to the trash. Now, I'm not going to do that, of course, but that's how you can actually get rid of colors and have a swatch palette that's specifically the colors that you specify. Now, in the case here where we said swatch 1 and swatch 2, these guys didn't get a chance to get named. So what I can do is double click in that name region, and I can name it Grass Dark, Sky Blue. Now you can do that, of course, but I think it's still better to go ahead and name it as you create them. Once you have the swatches all done and you want to share them, just go to the menu here, and now you can choose to save swatches. And when you do that, it's going to go to a specific folder in your Photoshop interface. So let me go ahead and show you. It's going to go to the Color Swatches folder in your Photoshop CS3 install. So here's the Photoshop CS3, and when I scroll, I'm going to wind up in the Presets folder, and then I'm going to wind up in the Color Swatches folder. So that's where these live. And what you can do is then name it whatever you like to. Click Save, and now that palette is saved for you. So I can go to my load swatches, and then once again I can load this. And the cool thing is I can email this to someone, and they can load this, and then they can work on the artwork that I send them and use the colors specified to color parts of the image.